So what you saw there was Boston Dynamics. They are a robotics firm and they're doing some pretty cool things. I get this question all the time. Do you think that programmers and software developers are going to be automated by AI? Well, we have the automated Amazon grocery store. We have the Tesla AI that's going into cars. The AI is so good that it can beat like professional Dota 2 players.
So we have our 5, and so now we need an opponent. The OpenAI 5.
For once again, GG is called.
That's pretty neat, but will it automate software engineers and software developers? So I've always been on the side of be the automator or get automated. And what I mean by that is you're gonna be the person writing the software or maintaining the robotics or fixing the robotics or on that side of things, or you're going to be the person that's out of a job. So, I mean, we have things like Squarespace, Wix, different applications like that where you can drag and drop these static websites. I don't think that totally incorporates everything that software developers do. There's so much more than just creating static HTML websites. We know for a fact that a lot of jobs in the future are going to get automated, but luckily software, for now, is looking safe, in my opinion. So imagine a UI UX person having a job to create the best design and the best flow for a user for this or that product. I'm sure eventually there will just be some sort of algorithm that can detect what gets the user to click the most or scroll the most or do whatever it is that you're trying to get them to do, invest in your product, anything like that. But it's still a creative endeavor up front. You might want to push the status quo and do something different based off of what the machine learning algorithm is telling you to do. You might want to go a different direction, step in a different direction. Development is a creative endeavor. You need to, well, at least front-end development is always a creative endeavor, and you need a person there to make these nuanced decisions, these subtle decisions that are put there on purpose, especially if you're doing something that's a niche. And if you want to do something in a niche that's subtle and you're purposely going the other direction than what everyone else is doing, then it's a creative endeavor and you have to figure out, do you want to be different and create something that's your own, or do you just want to let the algorithm, tell you what to do? As far as backend is concerned, I think DevOps is going to be safe for a while, because I tried to do DevOps for my own website, or I did do DevOps for my own website, and it was like the worst thing. Like, I always wonder, like, these guys don't do anything and they get paid like $200,000. Okay, well now I realize why they get paid $200,000. Show me a drag and drop builder that has, create YouTube. Let me drag and drop YouTube together. Let me drag and drop Facebook together. Let me drag and drop a mobile application that builds Uber. The customer would still have to understand how databases are working, the multiplicity of how all that's working. Do you give some users more privileges over others? Like, in order to create that for someone so you could just drag and drop something together, it'd still be pretty difficult just because of the person doing it would have to understand all the implications of whatever it is that they're doing. Well, you can't do this because of this, or what about all of these other possible consequences? And you could probably have some machine learning pop-up that says, hey, all these things need to be taken care of. And it's just not, there's just so much to think about when you create these types of applications. And there's a reason why you can't drag and drop those together. And you can't just, put this here, change the color, all that stuff. I think eventually some of it will be automated. Or you'll just run a few commands that run way more commands. But I think someone's gonna have to be there to push the start button and push the stop button, or change the code when that code needs to be modified because of some new research that came out to change the machine learning code. Eventually there's gonna be a lot of manual labor jobs that are gonna be automated. Like, you're gonna go to a restaurant because it has waitresses and because it has waiters, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, this restaurant has waitresses still? That's gonna be awesome. Like, it'll be a novel feature because everything else will just be rolling out to you on like those little Star Wars droids. Or like on a conveyor belt, just roll up to your table and you're just like, here you go, right? But no tips needed, no humans needed. Like this, I just imagine like this little pressurized thing in the kitchen that just like has this little slot like this big, and like this hamburger patty just like shoots out of it. There are things that humans aren't good at that just take too much time for a robot to understand. And they like things like,
depending upon how it comes out of the box, it could be like in a little different position. It's pretty easy for somebody like, oh, it's like, I just need to move it like an inch. Try to have the robot do this, so you gotta have like a complicated vision system. and then like the vision system faults out. It's like it's not quite right.
Just project management in general is all of the optimizations we still need to make to the industry. Why do we have Scrum and Kanban and project managers? Well, part of that is because things just aren't optimized. We need someone to come in here and make sure the developers have everything they need, the customers have everything they need. What if the customer's requirements change? Do you have to change the machine learning algorithm to change what you're gonna, what it's gonna generate for the customer? Like, that's a manual process when things change. So all in all, I think for now, we're probably pretty safe for our lifetimes. I know eventually more and more of these processes will begin to become automated, and they'll use machine learning more and more where they can to get the best results, just based off of data science and research of what they can get for customers, assuming you're trying to sell stuff and make a profit, which is what most businesses are doing. However, if you're interested in making a lot of money right now, being part of the forefront of that, learning machine learning, learning data science, learning Python is probably going to be a very good investment. So those are my thoughts on the topic. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe if you want to see more. Shout out to all the patrons that support the channel. If you're interested, link for the Patreon is in the description. Check out my website, got a lot of cool resources on there. And if you want to learn to code, be part of this whole process, there's some links in the description that will get you there.